Hello, this is Energy and Industry. I'm Bill Gerald, I'm the Chief Energy Engineer for CalPortland. Today I'm in New River, Arizona. It's north of Phoenix, kind of on your way to Flagstaff, heading out of town going north. And we have a fairly new operation up here. It's a joint mining of aggregate and wash plant and a ready-mix plant. About 2015 we were opening up this site. It's a brand new greenfield site, and you know, for the energy world, there's no power out here. There was no power lines, and when we were first involved, we had to start investigating how we were gonna get power out here. So the mine started. So you start crushing and you start using diesel-powered equipment. Actually needed water, so you have a water well that was drilled. Brand new water well, and that was also diesel-fired water well, and then we had to put a diesel generator in to start, running the equipment. And at that time in 2015, we started putting in applications for a new service with Arizona Public Service. We were probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles from the closest power line, and we had to. It's quite the wait. Get on that waiting list, and you have to do a lot of work to keep bringing up and incentivizing the utility, and incentivizing meaning bugging them to bring service out to our property. In that interim, for 5 years, we're running on diesel. Much more expensive to run a diesel generator than it is to use utility power, let alone clean power. So finally, in the last 6 months, we've got brand new 12,000 volt power lines coming in, and later on in this video, I'm going to show you a couple different spots, where things are at, and probably just some pictures and of the gear. And what I'm doing out here is, now that we've got more of this power, in the plant, we want to start sub-metering it a little bit closer to get different power data for different parts of the plant, not just your utility sub-meter data, but let's break it out, hence the word sub-metering. Rocky Torgerson is the Arizona Aggregates manager, and he reached out to me. I've been wanting to do sub-metering, and he's reaching out because, I asked him, why do you want to do sub-metering? What's your, I'm glad for it, but I'm curious why, as a manager, do you want it, right? And I've worked with him for many years, and he understands our energy management and our energy efficiency goals, and he supports that. But he's also, here he has growing facilities and growing needs, and you need to understand what your power load is. What is my load through my existing equipment? Do I need to upgrade equipment? Can I put another 100 horsepower motor on a certain piece of switchgear? All that data becomes critical, so you don't overbuild. You build to what you need, but you don't want to spend too much money. And so, he has, engineering reasons and production reasons to want a sub-meter to get that data. And I'm so glad to hear that, because that's exactly right. We can coexist where that metering data is important for the future. Very small investment to get this stuff installed, and then having that data over time, and then for cost analysis later on, how much is it costing me for my power for this material crushing and the washing. They're putting in a clarifier plant right now, and I'm looking at existing older switchgear. How are we going to modify it to put sub-meters on it? Not a big deal. We can do it. And they've also got some brand new switchgear that's going in for their wash plant and their clarifier. They have the engineers. Our electrical engineers for CalPortland have specified their new switchgear with installed sub-metering. It's perfect. It's exactly what we want to see. And I was just looking at it, and the wash plant here and the clarifier will be sub-metered, and it will be it will have great data. Now I just have to, how do I plug into that? How do I communicate that and get that data available to all of us? But I guess the point here is, as you're bringing in power to your new facility, spend a little bit of money on the switchgear and get some sub-metering installed, and that's going to pay back in years to come. Is it going to pay back operationally, and are you going to crush more rock? No. But you will have data for years and be able to make either performance changes or upgrades or systematic changes. And energy management wise, we'll know what's going on, and we can be able to make these plants operate a lot better. So just to get back to the plant itself, New River, it's got an aggregate plant. Right over my right shoulder here is the ready mix plant, and it's got a primary crusher down in a pit that we've got a 12 kV line going to. We have a second 12 kV line going to the secondary crusher. So the primary is then feeding a belt conveyor. Belt conveyor is feeding a secondary crusher, crushing it there, stacking it to the sizes. They're making sand here. The wash plant is taking that and washing the rock and creating the clean aggregates and sand. And then the clarifier, that's its purpose would be, that's the next step to get even a higher quality product. And so this plant has grown a lot since 2015. It's really impressive to watch. And Al Thrower is the plant manager here. I've been talking to him today and talking to him over the years, and he's done a great job, and I think he understands the importance of our energy management goals. And now that we've got this utility power in, I can start tracking this a little bit better and getting these plants in the industrial challenge for energy with Energy Star, and I'm excited about that. And so that's here we are, New River, Arizona. This is Energy and Industry.